When America has faced those sorts of circumstances and times, we have never turned to a simplistic, self-involved gas bag of a candidate.
I have witnessed, from my perspective, is that there is fear and outrage and xenophobia has been commoditized. It's because it's turned into the bigger trademark.
That's true. I don't know how to say a phrase about the truth is true, but it's true. So there, I've said it 3 times. Truth is truth, and it does set you free. And, ignorance is the absence of that.
This election is about whether or not we, the people of the United States, are going to promote the general welfare and provide for the common defense.
Trump's meltdown was epic, but what caused it? A simple comment from Tom Hanks. Yes, that Tom Hanks. The reaction, let's just say it was Shakespearean level drama on Truth Social. Here's what happened and why Trump just couldn't let it go. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Tom Hanks is probably the last person you'd think of when it comes to triggering a political firestorm. He's America's favorite nice guy, the guy who played Mr. Rogers, Forrest Gump, and that dude who survived on an island with a volleyball. But recently, one calmly spoken sentence from Hanks sparked a reaction so over the top, it made headlines faster than you can say, Truth Social meltdown.
When America has faced those sorts of circumstances and times, we have never turned to a simplistic, self-involved gas bag of a candidate, the current nominee of the Republican Party that holds sway. But we never invest our future with them. We have never done it, and we will not do it now. They are out there. They have been there. I'm a lay historian. I read history for pleasure. And there has always been a Huey Long. There has always been a Wendell Willkie, although he was a pretty good guy. There's always been a Herbert Hoover.
During an interview, Hanks was asked about the state of leadership in the US. He paused thoughtfully. It's Hanks. Of course, there's always a thoughtful pause, and then questioned whether certain people in power truly understood or respected the oath they had taken. He never named names. He didn't have to. The words were simple, almost innocent in tone, but the message felt pointed, and given someone's track record, connecting the dots wasn't exactly rocket science. Hanks wasn't yelling, ranting, or dropping insults. He was just sharing an observation, the kind you'd expect from an actor who's mastered the art of understated gravitas. Now, if Hanks's take was a quiet ripple, Trump turned it into a tidal wave.
You give a guy a fair shot for as much as you can, and I have great faith in in our system of government. But I believe that I'm not sure the man took his oath seriously to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. I have witnessed, from my perspective, is that there is fear and outrage and xenophobia has been commoditized. It's because it's turned into the bigger trademark.
Within hours, his Truth Social account exploded with posts. Trump accused Hanks of being part of the Hollywood elite out to get him, labeled him a washed-up actor, and called Hollywood a cesspool that never respected real Americans. Oh, and let's not forget his all-too-familiar greatest hits, complaining about fake news, political persecution, and unfair treatment. It was peak Trump, filled with dramatics and jabs, except this time aimed squarely at someone who hadn't even fired a direct shot. What's wild is the difference in tone. Hanks spoke like a calm teacher, quietly reminding you to redo your homework.
A voi le domande, no, Alessandra?
Sì, I just want to go back. Do we understand the concept of Crap Fest 2016? That's really what if you can make that the headline, I'd really appreciate. Send that around the world on your social media. That's true. I don't know how to say a phrase about the truth is true, but it's true. So there, I've said it 3 times. Truth is truth, and it does set you free. And, ignorance is the absence of that. I was asked, I'm going to do an imitation of an Italian journalist again. Will you forgive me? All right, so you're talking to a room full of journalists and said, Tom, please.
Trump? He raged like a kid whose Xbox was taken away. This isn't new for Trump. Loud and aggressive is his go-to mode. But why did this comment sting so badly? It might have been because Hanks is one of the most trustworthy celebrities in the country, or maybe because he struck a nerve about accountability, something Trump doesn't like to hear. And in the ultimate plot twist, Hanks didn't respond, not even a smirk. Silence. 1, Trump, 0. That's gotta hurt. Trump's meltdown after Tom Hanks's comment wasn't just an isolated tantrum. Oh no, it's part of a much bigger pattern. And if there's one thing we know about Trump, it's that any criticism, especially from someone well-respected, hits him like a ton of bricks. Take Barack Obama, for example. Obama pokes fun at Trump during the White House Correspondents' Dinner years ago. And what's Trump's response? He spends the next several years seemingly obsessed with proving himself, pushing the birther conspiracy theory, and eventually running for president. Then there's his infamous clash with Meryl Streep. Streep gave a pointed Golden Globe speech, and the next thing we know, Trump is calling her overrated on Twitter, as if anyone's buying that. And now we have Tom Hanks, and Trump's reaction is straight out of his playbook. In a recent interview, Trump had the perfect chance to calm the storm or clarify his stance, but instead, he did what he does best, avoided the direct issue entirely. Instead of addressing Hanks's comment, Trump launched into a tirade about how he's been treated unfairly by the media, Hollywood, and practically everyone with a pulse. It's his classic strategy. Don't engage with the point, just frame himself as the victim. And let's not forget, anytime Trump feels backed into a corner, he'll throw out promises or pivot to an unrelated topic to deflect. Remember the gold card he never delivered to his ultra-loyal supporters, or the healthcare plan that was supposedly weeks away for, what, 4 years? This is how he redirects attention.
This election is about whether or not we, the people of the United States, are going to promote the general welfare and provide for the common defense. I think the United States of America is the promised land, the closest the world has ever gotten to a true promised land. We need a brand of guidance, and we need a brand of common sense, and we need a brand of selflessness that has not been on display for this administration.
And then there's the Magiverse. Trump has a knack for whipping up his base, who are ready to believe anything he says, even when his actions don't align with reality. No healthcare plan? No problem. Blame it on Democrats. Public backlash. Call it a witch hunt. They'll cheer him on regardless. But what's interesting about this particular meltdown is Tom Hanks's refusal to even engage. It's almost poetic. Trump rants and raves, and the guy who started it just moves on. Maybe that's the real dagger here. When your loudest outrage is met with silence, what does that say about your power? Sometimes it's not the loudest voice in the room that gets heard. It's the quiet one with a point worth listening to. Tom Hanks didn't need insults or theatrics. A dozen words delivered with calm sincerity shook Trump's ego harder than any roaring crowd could. That's the difference. Hanks's integrity, his steady, trusted reputation, spoke volumes while Trump's reactive chaos showed cracks in his armor. Leadership isn't about outbursts or spinning narratives. It's about composure, consistency, and owning the truth. So the real question is, who would you rather follow? The man who stays silent or the one shouting at everyone online?